welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Today has been a crazy day, but I am gonna go inside and not groom, but I have to cut the bottom of the hairs on Jasmine's feet. She doesn't let my mom do it, so it's gonna be a little feisty. So I'll try and time lapse some of that for you guys. Not sure how much you'll see because the table's dark, and I'll do my best. And she's a little feisty, so anyhow, I'm gonna go inside and do that, and then I'm gonna go brush their teeth because both of them need to get their teeth brushed for today. That's something I normally don't show on camera, but I do brush my dog's teeth. They have their own little doggy toothbrushes, nice soft ones, and then they get doggy toothpaste. I believe this one is poultry flavor. It's one of their favorites. I will also time lapse that because unfortunately, to brush their teeth, they have to have baby lullaby music on, and we all know copyright issues with YouTube. So let's go inside. Sorry, I had a weird dream last night, so nothing but ants and crawling all over me and the family. It's just weird. So honestly, I really didn't get much sleep, so I'm gonna go inside and start doing this. Hey guys, so here I am trying to groom Jazzy's paws. Jazzy is not one for letting you do paws. She really fights my mom on it, so this is why I took over doing her feet. Not that it was easy, because as you could tell, it was a bit of a struggle. If you look at her tail, you'll see actually my hair ribbon, because I was trying to pull her tail and some of her hair away from her feet, so I didn't cut that at the same time. So that was kind of fun doing at the same time. That little white razor is really cool. I don't know where my mom got it from, but definitely much better than the noisy razor. I was still able to get really well. I have to finish even today the front right paw because I still feel like it could be a little bit more done. But as right now, we went on to doing something that we do daily with them, is brushing their teeth. That is dog toothpaste. Don't panic. It's actually poultry flavored. Belle, believe it or not, is my finicky dog. She does not like anything in her teeth, and then Jazzy was just a sweetheart. I did have lullaby music playing for them, so that might have helped a little bit. But I'll give you an update on the next. Okay guys, so how was that? I did my best to get you guys some good angles. Hopefully you got some kind. But like I said, I couldn't do a lot with the lullaby music because of copyrights. I'm also still having some copyright issues with YouTube and the program company that I use, so that's why if you hear a muted area where it's not like music playing, I didn't forget to put music in, guys. It's just the program itself. So I'm just checking this water because we did have a little bit of water leakage. This is from one spot here, because we did have some rain last night, during the night. And this one has none, so yay. Sorry, a little close to my face, sorry guys. And then nothing over here, which is always good. That's my mom's flowers. And just a dribble of water in here. I don't know if you guys can see. Just a dribble. Not bad. We've had worse. So I am gonna go now inside, and my mom's doing paperwork for my dad. My dad is downloading his DJ music from the record pool. The puppies are just running around because now they're kind of scared of me. Belle definitely thinks she is definitely gonna get her feet trimmed, but my mom does that one. So anyhow, don't forget to go over to Our Life in Holland if you haven't already. If you have, thank you very much, as Ava Bingham would say. Actually, she would say thank you so much, and with a personality that only she can do, and that is just plain adorable. Love it from her. Makes me smile every time she does that. But I'm gonna go feed the dogs, and then I don't know, figure out another project to do, because I don't like sitting around doing nothing. And that's why this is daily life, because it's daily life. You never know what I'm gonna be doing, and always find something in the house to do. So let's head inside. Hey guys, so as you saw, I was trying to do my Young Living ER order. Unfortunately, my computer decided to do an update, so I have to go make dinner now. So I will probably end up doing this tonight. I will let you know when the order comes in and what I ordered, so you'll have to stay tuned for that. Okay guys, so I'm gonna make dinner and I am gonna try and get you guys a little bit closer than usual. I moved some stuff around. I've made this dish before, but for the people that are new, this is a version of goulash, just my family's version of it. It's close to a restaurant we used to go to in New York. So the only thing is they didn't put peppers in it. I put peppers in it. So we're gonna start off with some oil on the bottom of the pan. You're probably going, oh, that's a lot. I'm actually making a double batch. So for every batch, you need 1.5 pounds of meat, chopped meat, ground beef, a bottle of, I use the ragu, which you saw me at the store buy, meat sauce, and you'll need 1/2 can if you're doing a half order. If you're doing a double batch, then you need the full can. I didn't cut up a lot of green peppers. I probably should have cut up a little bit more. I usually do, this is like soup bowl from the Chinese restaurant, so I would do usually almost pretty much up to the rim, as you can see. I just didn't cut enough. I'm going to put garlic in here. And actually guys, you know what? I think I'm gonna add a little bit of bell pepper to this. So I'm gonna pause this and pause you guys. I gotta run inside and cut this real quick and I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm back. Okay, so I'm gonna put this at 375. Let this really start. I went inside and cut more, and I'll just use this one. More peppers. I'm just trying to. Okay, so garlic, which is like the main component in this dish, because the one in New York that we used to go to that had it was like you could find the chunks of garlic in it. So yeah, today was a little bit of a rough day guys, but I tried to keep busy with the pups. My dad was just having one of his really depressed spells. Really depressed spells. I mean, it's one thing when you get fired because either they're letting you go because, you know, your age. When you're told that you didn't do your job, come on guys, seriously? I mean, they wouldn't let him do his job because every time he would do something, for those who don't know, my dad got let go from the last account that we had, but unfortunately, friendship or not, they just had too many excuses. They were trying to control his business. I mean, they wanted him to put them first over his other customers that he even had just as long. So I'm gonna lower it down to a medium. Add the peppers in here. Yeah, so he's just been really depressed, trying to, you know, figure out how to pay the rent and pay the other bills and the equipment bills. So yeah, it's just been hard. So he's gotten really depressed. Okay, so now I'm gonna add some minced onion. I have onions in the house. You could do a fresh onion, but I kind of like how these come out. So I don't have to worry about cutting them super small. You will need a tiny piece. No, this is a brand new one. Do I have one already open today? Nope. Yep, found it. Anyhow, so I think he was over checking on my brother. He just got home from work. Even with his bad back from yesterday's, from the fall, he still went to work. So my dad went over there to check on him. So I put a little bit of Italian seasoning now, and then I'll do a little bit more a little bit later. I am going to add a little bit more oil to this. For some reason, these peppers are absorbing. Sorry guys, my dad interrupted. So, anyhow. So, just let this cook down probably a little bit, just so they get a little soggy. That's what I call them, soggy. And then we're going to add the ground beef. Oops, I'm splattering here. So yeah. So that's why today's video was more about the pups, showing you what I normally do with them versus vacuuming the house, which is what my plan was for today, guys. You know, just doing laundry, all that kind of normal stuff. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit more of the Italian seasoning now, because I like the Italian seasoning to blossom. Must be a Young Living thing. I'm going to let it blossom, and then I'm going to add the ground beef, so that when all this aroma really does good in the meat, it opens and goes into the meat when it starts to brown. Oops, and I'm just splattering. Good thing these shirts are like my hangout shirts, because y'all know I wear the long sleeves when I go out. It smells so good, guys. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to start adding the ground beef. It is still a tad bit frozen. I didn't take it out when I should have. So my hands are clean. Sometimes I still have a chopper here, but because I have another big piece I'm going to put in, I'm just breaking off these pieces that are really, really soft. So that way the ones that are not fully defrosted, like these pieces here, can slowly defrost. And this will probably be about 2-3 dinners for my dad. And I might do a little bowl. Might. That's a big might. And then once it definitely gets softer, I will chop it. So we're going to brown this all the way, and then I'll come back. Hey guys, so it's pretty much soft enough for me to take this and chop it. Sometimes I'll take the frozen meat and put it on top of the soft meat, so that when I push down, it helps. It's still a little frozen, which this one is here. But be careful that you don't splash yourself. The only problem is I always have the habit of splashing myself. Once you get it all pretty much into a nice, I like to call it mincy, that becomes more of like a ground meat. Not ground meat, like a meat, kind of meat sauce set right there. So the way you would get it constantly is like very fine. You could have a few that are not fully chopped, but so flattered myself a little, but not as bad as I would normally do. So it's not bad. Definitely not bad, guys. Okay, so now this is all just, we need to finish browning the meat. Like I said, I like doing the Italian season. You can do the Italian season whenever you please. You could do it in the beginning, you could do it in the middle, you could do it right before you pour the sauce. When you pour the sauce, it just depends. But I prefer to do it so that it goes into the meat nicely. Okay, so I'm gonna put it up to about 295. You can see the oils in here. Now I'm gonna add my can of diced tomatoes. And I think, guys, honestly, I think I'm gonna add a little bit more onion in here, because onions disintegrate even when they remoist. So, and I don't smell the onion as much as I do of the peppers and the tomatoes and the meat and the Italian seasoning, of course. But, and like I said, it's all about how much you can handle. If you can handle a lot of spice, and that's great. If you can't, then you just do a little bit. Do it to taste then. If that makes any sense. My mind is not over there, guys. Sorry. Much better. Now, just gonna let it cook. So we are going to take it down to about 225, because you do not want to get spackled with the sauce when you pour it in. So I always try to lower it so it doesn't bubble and spackle all over the place. So I had to go in because even though we have the freezer, we have regular defrosted butter, for those who follow my butter. So now we're going to add that meat sauce. And probably I'm going to add, wow, this one won't open, guys. There we go. I don't know. Last time I said a half, I went a little bit more than half. I went a little bit more half this time. Last time I ended up using the whole thing. It just all depends on how saucy you want it. And you could do a little bit where it's just more of the ground meat. It's all up to you. Now you can see how nice and saucy it's getting. All the oils are mixing together with the garlic and all that. So I know I'm one of those people that really don't follow recipes. I make my own recipes, but they turn out really, really good. Just like I don't eat much fish, but yet I can cook fish to pretty much perfection. Or eat. I don't know. Whatever I just said, guys. You know? Okay, so I think because meat absorbs sauce, I'm going to add just a tad bit more. I will leave this out in the refrigerator out here because I will reuse this for something down the line this week. We're always using tomato sauce around here, so. Okay. So now that as that all cooked and you're going, oh, that looks so yummy. Like I've said in the past, you could do this with spaghetti, which is how the diner in New York does it. Or you could do it if you have children. I would recommend some kind of like ziti or elbows. Elbows are always fun. It's actually how I'm serving it to my dad tonight. Yes, I treat him like a little kid sometimes because, well, you know those kids that would fall asleep at the table? Well, that's my dad. So, okay, so I'm gonna get a little bit more butter than that. There we go. And this is why I call day in the life, guys, on my videos, because it could be one thing 1 minute and the next another thing. So now that butter, you could, I don't know how well you guys can see this on the camera, but if right here, like if you look at the ring, there's like an outside ring where this is. You can see it a little bit. So like, all right, so right here to the pot here, this is all before the butter, and then over here in the middle is with the butter. And it makes it so nice and rich. And to me, I think when you add the butter, it helps it stick to the noodles a little bit better. My opinion. Could be my opinion. I did about 2 tablespoons of butter. Might be a lot for some people, but it's usually a tablespoon per serving. And this is two dinners. So, you know, 2 quantity recipe-wise. So. And then I'm gonna let that cook on low for about 10 minutes, just so that the butter melts, everything gets all nice and rich. My mom already made the macaroni, you know, the elbows, so just when this is done, finish stirring off. So this took about maybe 30 minutes total to make. Not that bad, guys. And this will last probably like a good week and a half worth for him. Depends on how much he eats it. Like I said, I might steal some, but got a little drop of butter left. But anyhow, guys, I'm now gonna pull you guys up to look at me. Hi. So I'm gonna sign off from here. I hope everybody enjoyed this day in the life of my video, which just seems to be always my day in the life videos, because that's what this channel is about. Day in the life, and what I use, you know, when I use Young Living, or if I order Young Living, I always share that with you guys because that's part of my life. So I hope everybody has a great night or day, depending on where you're watching this. And I will see you guys all next time. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, that notification bell. Don't forget to go over to Our Life in Holland and hit that like button and subscribe. And we'll see y'all next time. See ya!